If you think Batman is just a hero, you're wrong. My name is Narrator, and I'm the narrator and storyteller of this video. What you're about to see is not the clean, heroic side of Gotham. These are the moments where Batman breaks, fails, or comes dangerously close to becoming the very thing he fights. Some of these stories will make you question who the real monster is. And the last one is something most people never expect from Batman. Stay until the end, because number one changes everything you think you know about him. 10. Death of Jason Todd. Batman is already dealing with rising violence in Gotham when Jason Todd decides to act on his own. Jason travels overseas, trying to track down his biological mother. But instead, he walks straight into a trap set by the Joker. Joker captures him and subjects him to brutal physical torture with a crowbar. Jason is left broken, barely alive. Batman arrives during the aftermath, but it is already too late to prevent what happened. Joker then leaves Jason inside a building rigged with a timed explosive. Batman manages to locate him and attempts an extraction immediately. But the explosion triggers before escape is possible. The building collapses completely. Later, in the silence of the ruins, Batman walks through the debris and finds Jason's body. He carries him out without a word. 9. Barbara Gordon shooting commissioner. Gordon is at home with his daughter Barbara. The door opens. Joker stands outside. Before Gordon can react, Joker shoots Barbara once in the spine. She collapses instantly, paralyzed. Gordon rushes to her, but Joker takes control of the situation immediately. He abducts Commissioner Gordon and forces him into a psychological nightmare. During the torture, Joker uses photographs of Barbara after the attack, showing her condition repeatedly to break Gordon's sanity. Batman arrives after Joker escapes the scene. Barbara survives the shooting, but her life as Batgirl ends in that moment. 8. Alfred's death. During Bane's takeover of Gotham, Bruce Wayne is forced out of the city and cut off from any direct access to the Batcave and its systems. Alfred Pennyworth remains behind. He refuses evacuation and chooses to stay in the Batcave alone, continuing to monitor Gotham's systems and maintain contact with Bruce whenever possible. As Bane's control over the city expands, his forces eventually locate the Batcave. They breach the underground facility. Alfred does not flee. He attempts to stand his ground and protect what remains of the system and Bruce's legacy, but he is overwhelmed by Bane's men. Alfred is killed during the invasion inside the Batcave. When Batman finally regains access and returns, he discovers Alfred has already died at his station, still in the place he chose to defend. 7. Superman's death. During the emergence of Doomsday, a catastrophic force reaches Earth and begins destroying everything in its path. Superman is the only one capable of engaging him directly. The battle spreads across Metropolis, escalating into large-scale destruction that overwhelms emergency response systems. Batman is not part of the fight itself, but he is actively monitoring the situation through global alerts and tactical reports from other heroes. He helps coordinate civilian evacuation efforts and analyzes the threat level as the fight continues beyond containment. As the battle reaches its final stage, Superman manages to defeat Doomsday, but he is mortally wounded in the process. By the time Batman reaches Metropolis, the battle is already over. Superman has died from his injuries, and Batman is left facing the aftermath of a fight he could only observe, not stop. 6. Arkham Asylum psychological collapse. Batman enters Arkham Asylum during a full-scale inmate riot that quickly escalates beyond control. The facility is taken over by its prisoners, and security systems collapse internally. Joker is one of the key figures inside, but he is not alone. Other inmates also contribute to the psychological destabilization of the environment. Inside Arkham, Batman is not only fighting physical danger, but also psychological manipulation. He is exposed to symbolic and hallucination-like experiences that blur the line between perception and reality. The asylum itself becomes a reflection of Batman's mind, forcing him to confront fear, identity, and the possibility of losing control over himself. By the time he moves deeper into Arkham, the mission is no longer about containment, but about survival of his own sanity. 5. Death of Damian Wayne. During a major conflict involving the League of Assassins and Talia al Ghul, Damian Wayne is deployed as Robin in active combat operations. He is later confronted by a genetically engineered clone of himself known as the Heretic, created by the League as a fully grown, weaponized version of Damian. Damian engages the Heretic in direct combat, but is physically outmatched due to the clone's enhanced strength and accelerated development. Despite his training and skill, Damian is ultimately killed during the fight. Batman arrives shortly after the battle has ended. He finds Damian's body and is forced to confront the immediate loss of his son, an event that marks one of the most personal failures in his entire life. 4. Batman vs. Red Hood. Jason Todd returns to Gotham under a new identity, the Red Hood. He establishes control over parts of Gotham's criminal underworld, not by eliminating crime entirely, but by taking it away from existing criminal organizations and controlling it through fear and direct violence. His actions are intentional. He targets drug dealers, gangs, and key figures in Gotham's underground system, executing them without hesitation. This brings him into direct conflict with Batman. Batman quickly realizes Red Hood is not just another criminal, but someone who understands his methods and rejects his moral limitations. Jason directly confronts Batman with one central argument. Joker should have been killed long ago, and Batman's refusal to do so has led to repeated tragedy. The confrontation escalates into physical combat. Both fight not only with strength, but with ideology. In the end, neither is able to fully change the other's belief system. Jason leaves Gotham unchanged in his conviction. Batman remains bound to his code. 3. Joker. Breaking the Bat family. After a long absence, Joker returns to Gotham with a new philosophy about Batman. He believes Batman has become weak because of his family, Robin, Batgirl, and his extended allies. Joker begins a coordinated campaign targeting the entire Bat family. He attacks them individually not to kill them immediately, but to dismantle their sense of trust, identity, and connection to Batman. Each encounter is designed to isolate Batman emotionally, forcing him to question whether his relationships are truly helping him or making him vulnerable. Joker's ideology is simple. He believes Batman is at his strongest when he is alone. The conflict culminates in a direct psychological confrontation in the Batcave, where Joker attempts to force Batman to abandon his connections permanently. Batman refuses, but the damage to trust within his team is already deeply embedded. 2. The Batman Who Laughs. In a dark alternate universe, Batman faces his final confrontation with Joker during a brutal collapse of Gotham. After Joker releases a toxin designed to force Batman into killing him, Batman finally breaks his moral rule. He kills Joker, but the toxin is activated at the exact moment of Joker's death. Batman is exposed to a chemically altered Joker toxin that does not kill him, but transforms him. His mind begins to merge with Joker's psychosis while retaining Batman's intelligence, discipline, and strategic thinking. Over time, Bruce Wayne becomes something entirely new, a hybrid of Batman's tactical mind and Joker's complete insanity. He becomes known as the Batman Who Laughs. In this form, he systematically conquers and destroys his own universe before crossing into others, spreading chaos with calculated precision. And that's the darkest moments of Batman in the comics. But there's one moment that's even worse, the #1 entry. I want you to tell me what you think it is in the comments. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more comic breakdowns like this. Thanks for watching.